Hello Trouties, welcome to Facebook Live Friday. For those of you who do not know me, I am Sierra Bailey. I am the owner, designer, and everythinger maker. I do all the things here at Manic Trout. And if you are watching this, you are on the Manic Trout Facebook page, where I love to delight you with peeks behind the scenes, jewelry, photos, and information, and my new favorite thing, going live on Friday, where I share style tips and things relating to jewelry, fashion, and style. So today, as so many of you are traveling right now, being summer break, I wanted to talk about packing your jewelry. I had a very interesting thing recently. At the airport, my bag in my carry-on set off all sorts of alarms, and I feel like I get searched, frisked. They always think I have things in my hair. It's very weird. But my luggage really alerted them because of something that was in it. So when I was like, what could be in there? I don't even understand. Usually I have a problem with too many liquids because I'm a little high maintenance with the beauty products. But this time it was my jewelry that set it off. As it turns out, and I chatted with the TSA person for a moment to figure out what it was to prevent it next time, because they were all gemstones. They are organic matter, and there were large like clumps of organic matter in my bag, and it alerted them. And when they went through the scan of the through airport security, they got a little freaked out by that. So we had a chuckle when they opened up my luggage and realized that it was simply statement jewelry. That was not what I don't know they would think the organic matter would be, probably the B word. But it made me think, I wonder if anybody else has had their jewelry setting off, especially their Manic Trout heavy on the gemstone statement jewelry setting off things, which made me also think, I should talk about packing your jewelry, because Manic Trout is pretty big jewelry, and most of the packing, travel, like jewelry specific rolls and things like that, you're not going to fit the necklaces like this in there. They'll take it up. So I want to kind of talk to you about what I do, some recommendations, and great ways to both pack and travel with your jewelry, not only this summer, but any time of year. So I will say that, like I said, the most of the things that you can purchase to travel with your jewelry tend to be a little bit small to fit like a couple of the statement necklaces. What I have been using for years, a long time ago, I have tons of them. Actually, these are like half of them. It's embarrassing how many I have, but I'm glad that I did, because I don't actually think that they make them anymore. This was a company called Pomegranate. They still make their beautiful napkins and tablecloths, but they do not make these bags, and they're like waterproofed inside. They're awesome. And I use them for makeup. I use them for jewelry. What I started realizing was kind of the best thing to do when especially traveling with statement jewelry that is not chain oriented. Chains can tangle. Statement jewelry at least does not tangle as much, but you still want to be gentle with it, and it can take a little licking a little bit more, but you still want to be careful of it dropping, especially with the big gemstones. So I will put like earrings in one bag, and then maybe like a couple necklaces together. But I try to like not put all of the jewelry together so that it's a little bit padded. And then I take these bags. If you use like Ipsy or makeup companies like that, they give you free makeup bags all the time. It's a great way to do it. Just put a couple of necklaces in there. You can even put them in like tissue or something. And then they're like a little bit padded, and then actually stick them in your clothing. Wonderful way to do. Don't forget, the biggest secret for keeping jewelry from getting tangled is to make sure when you are storing or traveling is to always clasp everything. Close it all up, because that, especially chains, that's like the #1 way to not get your jewelry tangled. Another great tip that I have read, I wear most of my jewelry, so I don't have like thin chain jewelry, but I read this in like Real Simple one year. If you wear like chain necklaces that you layer or something, I have read that if you slide it through like the tab and a drinking straw, and then clasp it so it's mostly in the straw, then you can kind of just put all of the straws in a container, and you can cut the straws to be smaller. But that's a great tip to not have your chains being tangled, because I'm really good at untangling, and I have had to untangle siblings and friends' chains often when we travel, because they get all like messed up in here. So my #1 tip is to have like little makeup bags or little pouches. Divide the jewelry up and then put those pouches in between your clothing. You may set off TSA alarms, but just tell them you have gemstones in there. It is safe organic matter. Another thing even though I have kind of said about the jewelry boxes, I have had this little travel thing. I think somebody gave this to me as a gift like 20 years ago, and I don't even really know what's in here because I, 20 years ago, didn't have the business and wore more jewelry that wasn't mine. But it has like little compartments for earrings and things. So like little ear studs, like, oh, look at these cute ones that are available July only. They're unicorns. Things like that can go into this kind of storage, and chains, less like all of the earrings that are made of trout rings could fit well in this. The thing that I also love about having the bags and something like this is when I get to my destination, if I am staying in a hotel, I just take the whole pile and throw it right in the safe when I'm not in the room, and then I never have to think about it, and I know that it is just locked up and out of the way and, you know, safe. So that is kind of a good thing about having little compartments. This is like a hard shell, so it protects it a little bit. I like that aspect. So if you don't have a plethora of makeup bags, you by no means have to go buy them. Ziploc bags can work too. Another thing that you can do is either, like, if you use a Ziploc bag, or if you are going away tomorrow and have nothing to put things in, a great tip, we're gonna do a little shameless plug for my favorite nonprofit organization, the National MS Society. I'm very involved in the BPMS 150 every year here, and I have lots of these t-shirts because of it. But I sleep in these when I travel, so I always have a couple of t-shirts that are good size, that doesn't matter if they get wrinkled or anything like that. I realized I did not think this through very well. Let's see. So I would actually just take a necklace and lie it down in the shirt and then kind of roll it up in there. And you know how they say, like, when you travel, to roll your things into little tubes for and then the necklaces are safe in that. Downside is that if your luggage gets kind of pawed through at an airport, this might work best for like a driving trip. You don't want them to, at the airport, move a shirt and a necklace go flying and the gemstone break. That would be bad. But it's another great way to protect things, and for really quick packing, just roll them right up in there. It's kind of a win-win on using, you know, everything you're using and not having extra, like the bags that I talked about earlier. I like the rolling method. They're very safe this way too. And granted, you know, the jewelry is, it can be banged up a little bit, but they are gemstones and glass, so you don't want things to get too beat up. Now, I also kind of want to say, I love to change my jewelry normally. I'm one of those people that sometimes when I travel and I'm packing, I'm like, oh, when I go away, I'm going to become this person that wears scarves or wears heels during the day. And I'm not that person. And so sometimes when I end up like packing for like non-Sierra person, like Sierra that I'd like Sierra to be, kind of, you know, do you do that when you pack? So, you know, think about realistically, like if during the course of the week you're really wearing like 1 or 2 necklaces, you probably don't need to bring 12 when you pack. That's just a little gentle tip from like an older sister. How about that? But if you want, they're heavy, you know, if you want to bring all of them, just make sure that you're, you know, maybe wrapping, rolling, having them nicely put in containers so they're not going to tangle together. So that is my kind of tips on packing aspect. I hope you're all traveling somewhere for wonderful summer destinations. I'm not, so think of me fondly when you're away. We have a hectic schedule this summer, so I'll be in town. But the last time I did travel a couple of months ago, like I said, I made sure to have all of those necklaces separated. So this brings me to the second part of the Facebook Live Friday today, which is, I think, everybody's favorite part, because a new collection came out on Monday, the July mini limited edition collection. I call it like 12 different things because I don't know what to call them, but right now, between seasons, every other month or so, I've been kind of putting in a mini collection of some animal necklaces to get some more animals out there and to use awesome gemstones that I maybe only have a limited amount of. So I released 3 necklaces and a whole bunch of little earrings on Tuesday, and I am going to try them on for you. A note that on those little earrings, except for the unicorns that I'm wearing right now and some ice cream cones and the shamrocks, except for those, there is only actually 1 pair of each style. So if you like some of them, already a bunch of them have gone. If they don't show up in the list, they already sold out. But make sure you act fast on that. And there are 3 necklaces. I'm pretty sure that this one is my favorite because growing up with my whole family in Boston and New Hampshire, We're big lobster fans, so I love the lobster. I know we've had a lot of talk about lobster versus crawfish. I swear to you, this is a lobster. You can call it a crawfish if you want, but I designed it as a lobster. I have it with a fuchsia crazy lace agate, and I'm looking for I have notes somewhere. It is called the Beach Break necklace, and it is 21.5 inches. I make my necklaces with a generous length. I'm pretty short, so it's a little bit longer on me at 5'2". I also always can lengthen them. Just ask in the comments when you check out, or include an extender. But I prefer a longer necklace, so I don't make my statement necklaces at 18 inches as many people do. So usually when I'm asked, how long is this necklace? And they kind of are fearful that it won't fit. And when I say, 21.5 inches, I get, oh, that's perfect, thank you. So they are generous in length for you taller ladies. Now, the next one that I'm going to show is, oops, that did not break, but that could have. You gotta be careful with it. The next one that I'm going to show is, and I would like to say a little note, I have tile floors in my studio. If you're ever building a studio, do not put tile floors in your studio. Everything breaks on these floors. They drive me crazy. They are not a forgiving surface. Not at all. Okay, so this one I love because it's a manatee. So again, I'm 5'2", so this is really long on me. If I were gonna wear it for you shorties out there and you order this one, I can make it shorter too, because this is the Creature Comfort necklace. It is 21 inches. And oh, Manny has traveled to Oregon being surrounded by beautiful stones, and he thought of me, and he's gonna show me Oregon peach opal. And Manny, this is an awesome segment or segue into this glass stone. It is unfortunately not peach opal, because that would be awesome, but this glass has an opalescent finish, and that's like its big thing, that it is, when you look at it, just like opal, it glows a little bit, especially, I'm trying to get it in the sunlight. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of awkward, but you can see like the blue, like golden kind of glow that happens with it. It's a gorgeous glass. I absolutely love it. Creature Comfort necklace, manatee. It was really exciting because I don't know if you're aware, but you all should be, on Wednesdays, and I do a Win It Wednesday contest every week where I give away and ship for free. All you have to do is enter, and if you win, you get a free piece of Manic jewelry. The winner of this necklace, Mickey, actually lives in Florida and is going to wear her new manatee necklace to go see the manatees in the national park. And that is awesome. So I told her she had to take pictures because that's just fantastic. I have only seen manatees in like contained areas where they're cleaned and taken care of. I've never seen manatees out in the wild. I've heard they smell a little bit because they're such slow, gentle creatures that vegetation grows on them. Little thought nugget there. So I don't know that I'm ever going to want to swim with a manatee for that reason. All right, now this one, this is a crowd favorite because it has two of your favorite aspects of my jewelry tradies. It has the stone fluorite, which you and I are all both big fans of. It goes nicely with this dress. And it has a mermaid. Everybody was very excited about this. This is definitely the hot item, and I have to say, I think I'm already halfway sold out of them. I had a really limited amount. I mean, like most jewelry designers, I'm a bead hoarder, and I had a stash of these fluorite beads that have been used for another design that is kind of, I knew that there was a limited amount, so I purchased before they ran out all that I thought I'd need. And this was before I decided to make this necklace. So it is really limited. This necklace is only available through July anyway, if it makes it that long. So just heads up on that if you've been eyeing this one. It's flying out of here. And it is the Only Thing necklace. And it is 21.5 inches. And I have to say, it's pretty spectacular. Yes. So those are the 3 July necklaces. As I've said, they're available through July. I'm going to give you an up-close view. Look at this. We have learned things. I'm holding all nicely. I have a, I don't know how many of you know about my side gig. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? My side gig involves television. And, those of us in the jewelry industry, the only television for us happened to be like the shopping channel. So I'm getting a lot of lessons. And, here, I'll show you my professional draping skills now. You ready? Oh yes, that's lovely. But yes, on Shop LC, I am now the jewelry DIY expert, and I have a show Monday mornings from 6 to 8 a.m. Central Time, and it's been pretty cool. It's kind of awesome because as a designer, you kind of I was looking for something as a fun side project. Didn't see that coming, but did. It's cool. So I'm actually gonna put the necklace I was wearing back on because it looks really nice with this dress. Both the dress and the necklace remind me of China patterns. It's maybe the first thing that I've designed that looks like something you put food on instead of the food itself, because we all know I like to design jewelry that looks like food. This is the Odile Endless Memory Necklace with the tree agate and the sodalite, and I'm pretty smitten with it. If you are new to these videos, all the jewelry is available at manictrout.com because I am the Manic Trout. And these videos will come to you every Friday at 1 p.m. Central, where I like to chit-chat with you, to you, really. I love to have your comments while I'm live. Then I can chit-chat with you. If you are, however, watching after the live has finished, I do read them and we can continue the conversation that way. But I'm so glad that you stopped in today. If you didn't get to catch the beginning of what I talked about today, I talked about packing and traveling with jewelry and gave some tips for how to do that well. And I hope you have a wonderfully safe and happy long weekend. I will be working. I'm sure many of you will too, because many of us do. And if you are not following along, up in that right-hand corner, you'll see a shot of me with a necklace on. And if you're not following along on the Manic Trout Facebook page, please do, so you can continue to join in the conversation. I am Manic Trout also on Instagram and Twitter. And like I said, everything that I talked about here today, jewelry-wise, is available at manictrout.com. I'm Sierra Bailey. Thank you for watching and for being a fan of Manic Trout, and I will see you next Friday.